Caraway.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge me.
And we are live.
From the worst slums of Sacramento.
Chester Jackson says the season is already in the worst slums of Sacramento.
Oh man, and I think that's how Kings fans feel.
Whatever. The thing that I say, and I think you feel the same way, and I think Kyle and James feel the same way. I just the probability of it, I think, ranges is. I think we're just saying the Kings have a real shot to be better than everybody's giving them credit for. Like I would not be surprised.
People think this team sucks.
I think they're terrible. And I'm like, I don't see a terrible team.
It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm the crazy one. I'm the only one. But we're a small group of people that doesn't think this team is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we can have discussions about the future and cap and draft picks and tanking and all of that. That's perfectly fine.
And not to interrupt you, but I think that's where.
Well, you did.
But that is the antithesis.
What? No, come on, man. You got it.
No.
Come on.
Nope. Antithesis.
Allow me to expose my colon once again. The ramification inflicted on the incision placed within the fallopian cavities serves to be holistic.
That's good.
Taken from the Latin word jalapeno.
Very good.
That's
a tough word. Antithesis.
Antithesis. That's the almonds that I just had too. That didn't help. But
I'll blame it on the almonds.
Well, I love me the almonds.
Well, Lord knows.
Moses.
It was the almonds, Reese. Leave me alone.
Antithesis.
There it is.
Antithesis.
You got it.
Of the issue. I think people are projecting the future when they talk about this team. Because Kyle and everybody else will be like, yeah, they might win 40, but like, what does that do? That's not the conversation me and you are having.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about the future. We probably agree on the future. Like, I don't know where that gets. I don't have an answer for you that if they win 41 games, 42 games, and get bounced in the first round, what that means for the future. I do not have an answer for that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this team right here. This team for this season. And I think a lot of people, more than they realize, think, yeah, they for sure could win 42 games. I see that. But that's where it just need to stop. Well, it doesn't need to stop. I'm just saying, for our argument, what we're saying, yeah, just stop right there. Don't ask me what that means for the future.
Yeah. I'm
just talking about this year. But people can't not intertwine the two, it feels like.
Yeah, I get it. I think there's a number of things at play. One, everyone believes that they know how a roster should be constructed, like the best way to construct a roster. And they look at a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you see a team that is set for eternity. It feels like, certainly in basketball years, they're set for eternity.
Right. They'll never be bad
again. And it's certainly what it feels like. And what people look like, well, that's how you do it. Tanking is the model. Like, that's how you do it. Completely ignoring how the Paul George, like, there's context to all of this. Mm-hmm. Like, when you talk about just losing basketball games, that's it. Nothing else. That is like you tanking, purposely losing basketball games. That is the Philadelphia 76ers, who were bad for what, five years? 4 or 5 years? Was it 6? I don't feel like it was that long. Okay, 4 or 5 years. Yeah. But they're awful before they returned to the playoffs. And ultimately, all of that tanking, the miss number one, all of it landed you Joel Embiid. It landed you Ben Simmons, who was once a really good basketball player, but it led to nothing. It ultimately got you back to the exact place you were before. It's like saying the Sacramento Kings should tank. They should tank. They should tank. You're right. Let's tank. And for the next 4 years, the Sacramento Kings stink. And finally, the moment they get out of the tanking, they go back to the first round of the playoffs and lose. Probably to the Warriors. That is what
And
has
Steph.
been the Philadelphia 76ers have never gotten any further post-tanking than they did pre-tanking. Oh, but the Thunder won the title. The Thunder didn't tank. The Thunder used the opportunity to trade Paul George as one of the greatest heists in the history of professional basketball. They hit on every single draft pick. They traded 2 Hall of Fame players, and Paul George went to Russell Westbrook, said, hey, we're hitting a different phase. What do you want to do? Russ said, all right, I love y'all. Let's do something. Trade him off. I think that was the Houston trade, if I remember correctly. And then, you turn Chris Paul into something like you didn't play meaningless basketball for very long. Mm-hmm. Like you even landed in the playoffs once.
Right.
The other team that tanked, and I want you to think long and hard about this, Pro Tank crowd, is the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz, who were begging to land that Cooper Flag gold at the end of the rainbow, couldn't have landed in a worse draft spot. Mathematically, could not have landed in a worse draft spot than they did. Anybody think Utah going to be good this year?
No.
Next year?
No.
Anytime in the foreseeable future is Utah going to be good because they're tanking. They have sold off parts. They have sat players. They are the description of organizationally tanking, putting out a product without the intent of winning. There is no end in sight for them. So who do you trust this organization to be? Sam Presti in the Oklahoma City Thunder or Danny Ainge in the Utah Jazz? Who do you trust them to be? Because I'm a pretty optimistic guy when it comes to this team. I'm a believer in Scott Perry. I'm a huge believer in Doug Christie. Ask me if I trust them to tank this. And if you do, you're foolish. You haven't been paying attention. They're going to abandon the tank in 2 years and try to do something else. And then you're just going to end up in a spiral of awful basketball. And let me, real quick, because Scout asked this, then what's the end game? It's a great question. They're going to have to figure that out. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they have one right now. The end game for this year is to be competitive and win basketball games this year. Next year, I don't think they know. And it's not their job to know. I mean, you want it to be. Mm-hmm. You very much want them to have some foresight. But they've got to focus on this season right now because a lot of things that can happen that can put them in a better spot next year, there are things that could happen that could put them in a worse spot this year.
The other thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder, we've talked about this before. Once I will reiterate, if you want to tank, that's fine. I'm not telling you not to. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you not to. Fine, just do. I'm just trying to show the context of what Oklahoma City did, and we'll talk about Houston, what they were able to do. You guys tell me. You tank because you want like a top 5, top 3, maybe number 1 pick, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How many top 5 picks are on Oklahoma City's roster?
That they drafted them. I don't. Chet.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
They acquired SGA.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Williams was
hit
anywhere between 12 to 16. I can't remember. 12 to 16. He wasn't even top 10. And they hit. Lou Dort was undrafted.
12th.
Jalen was 12th.
Not Lou Dort.
Lou Dort was undrafted. You went and got Hartenstein.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he was drafted. It wasn't top 5, top 10, or lottery. You got Caruso. Once again, maybe second round. I can't remember. Maybe undrafted himself. Hell, you're
Hartenstein, 43rd overall.
your MVP wasn't even a top 5 pick.
Nope.
They made the right moves. It wasn't about tanking necessarily.
Did not miss.
It was about hitting on the picks, on the free agent acquisitions, on the trades.
And
that's something anybody can do. You don't have to be terrible to do that.
Let's flip the script and go to Philadelphia for a second. Drafted Ben Simmons, drafted Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons was number 1. Joe was 3.
Joel was 3.
Joel was 3. They had another number 1 pick. Who
was it? Nerlens Noel?
Nerlens Noel. How'd that go?
Not good.
Oh, okay. In the end, they didn't hit on very many draft picks. Joel was.
Did you say the other number 1 they got? Did you say Markelle?
I didn't say Markelle Fultz. Didn't say Markelle Fultz. Nope.
So now we have what 3 number 1 picks? 4?
That's 3 number 1 picks and a number 3 overall pick.
Who ended up being your best player?
Who sat out the first 2 seasons of his career.
Yeah.
And I think is going to sit out the next 2 seasons of his career too. That's not funny. I'm sorry.
It's
Joe.
the truth, though.
I'm sorry.
We're not laughing at him.
No. You got Okafor in there. If you're Philadelphia missed on every turn, but they drafted Joel and they got enough from Ben Simmons to get them right back where they were, but not to get over the top, to not win a championship. And the worst thing they've ever done is put out this idea that this is what you do in the league, that you lose basketball games to win more basketball games later. Oh, the process is over. Is it? You just got eliminated in the second round. That's where you got eliminated before. How is the process over? You're supposed to be hosting trophies. Kawhi Leonard had the greatest shot in the history of the playoffs. That wasn't to get to the finals. That was to get to the semi. It's an absolute waste and has created an absurd NBA conversation because people think that works. And there is no evidence, no history, not a single team you can point to and say they were successful doing this.
Let's go to Philadelphia. We named all those players. In this whole process era, who's the second best player they ever acquired through the draft?
AI?
No, just the process.
The process.
He on the team right now. He on the team right now.
Tyrese.
You know what number he was drafted?
Ooh, 23?
21st. Good call. 21st. Once again, it's about knowing what you're doing. It's about hitting on all your decisions, or most of them. That's what it's about. I'm not going to dispute, if you're top 5, 7 years in a row, you have the best chance of landing a franchise player. Sure, I get that. That's fine. How many top 3 picks did we just name for Philadelphia? And they really, I can't even really say Ben
we
Simmons.
named number 1 picks.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying is, and when
3 number 1s, one Okafor was 2.
Okafor was 2,
and Joe was 3.
Joe was 3. All right. So this is what I would say for what's Scout talks about. What's the end game? Make good decisions. That's the end game. that's the name of the game. I don't want to necessarily say it doesn't matter where you're picking or what you're doing. Because, I want a top 5 pick too. I love Peterson. I love Devonstead. I think those guys are the truth. But make the right decisions. No matter what you do, no matter where you're at. There is talent. You can find talent all through the league, all through the draft, if you know what you're doing. That's the end game. Make good decisions. That's what's going to get you where you need to go. Simple as that. That's why I think you maybe feel the same way. That's why I'm not tripping on this year. I don't need to tank. I don't need to win 20 games and then get a top. I don't need that. I just need them to make the right decision. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter the setup. Make the right decision. That's the end game.
Tyler asks, where's Tyler? What if the right decision got drafted ahead of your pick? Like, that's the draft. Every other. So and it's an interesting question from Tyler, but like you brought up Tyrese a second ago. Tyrese Maxey. At 21, was Tyrese Maxey their number one choice on the draft? I have no idea. But the idea that let's use Oklahoma City as an example rather than the Philadelphia 76ers. The idea that everyone that the Oklahoma City Thunder drafted in this process was the top player on their draft board. Every time. It's probably never happened in the history of the draft, but they landed that. No, teams adjust. They're like, hey, if this player is not available, we're going to go with this player. If this player is not available, we're going to go with this player. We got to have contingencies playing. We heard so-and-so was looking at this. Like those, the reason you see those so-called war rooms with those 50 phones is because they're calling everybody, hey, what are you thinking at 24? What are you thinking at 25? Have you heard about anything about people moving up? We heard so-and-so's agent called us and said, this team is trying to move. That's what all of that is. So the idea that you don't have to adjust the moment you're on the clock is crazy. Mm-hmm. You have to draft right. If James were here, I'd bet your fortune that
ain't a lot.
That he would bring up Thomas Robinson and Dame Lillard. The Kings made an unnecessary adjustment because Thomas Robinson, their number one pick, was on their board, was right there. And they decided no.
Yep.
You adjust for good, then you adjust for bad.
Sometimes you over adjust.
Yeah.
Peyton in the chat said, so it's luck. Yeah, kind of. That plays
There's
a role.
A lot of luck in it.
That plays a large role in what's going on. Because I'll tell you like this. What if you get the number one pick and you draft Derrick Rose? You make the right pick. You have no say-so on whether or not his knees are going to be able to hold up. Hell, what if you get the number 3 pick and you pick Joel Embiid? You made the right decision, but you got no say-so in how his body responds to NBA life or just what God has planned for this person. Yeah, you need fortune. Absolutely, you need fortune. The Bucks didn't go into their draft where they drafted Giannis saying, if we get the number 1 pick, we're taking Giannis. No. The Nuggets, we get the number 1 pick, we taking Jokic. They might have passed on him twice. You know what I'm saying? Like it worked out. It happened for them. Hell yeah, you need luck. Absolutely. You need luck in trades. You need luck in free agency. You know what I mean? There's the story, the folk tale of the Warriors offering the Bucks Monte and Steph and take your pick. And the Bucks said, we'll take Monte. That's luck. You had them both on the trading block.
I've never believed that story, but
I believe it.
I don't.
I believe it.
I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
Monte,
I mean, that's where, I mean, it's crazy. Like, if you didn't live through it, like Steph wasn't that.
Right. And Monte was. Monte, like, especially just kind of living in that area and following the Warriors, Monte was like the next AI, they thought.
Unless my timeline is off, the only reason I don't believe it is Jerry West. I believe Jerry would have seen it. Like if Jerry saw Clay, I believe he would have seen Steph.
I don't know if Jerry was there yet.
So, and that's why I'm unclear about
because they trade Monte and they that was the famous booing of Lake Up.
Yeah, with Chris.
And Marlin. I don't think West was there yet.
Okay.
I don't think West was there. And Rick Barry said, "Come on, people."
He's one of the crankiest human beings. Rick Barry would be a